Good morning, Milkshakes. Today we're going 24 hours without social media. This won't be the first time I've done it. However, the first 24 hours is always the hardest. So let's get breakfast, shall we? On a completely unrelated note, I really want to start doing cooking videos because I literally love to cook. Cooked ramen last night. It was so yummy. So that might be a thing that I start on this channel. If y'all are interested, let me know in the comments below. I feel like I definitely need to do an introduction. Hello, my name is Shakira. Been making YouTube videos for on and off 10 years. Crazy to say. But this year we are taking it way more serious than we have in the past. I actually have another video that I'm planning on doing talking about how I feel like I don't fit in with the trends of what everyone's doing. Everyone is short form content, and I know that as a content creator, this is a business and you should do what's smart for the business. However, I also feel like if God is the God that he is, he could do whatever he wants with whatever obedience one gives. And I don't really feel like short form content is going to be my thing that helps me blow up or grow or build a community of people. I really do feel like it's long form content, which is why I'm doing this 24-hour fast break, time to reset my brain. It's all the same. For breakfast, beef bacon, boiled eggs, hash browns. I feel like I always see everyone and their mom grab some type of cooking utensil and talk to the camera. So now I'm gonna do it. Why am I fasting social media for 24 hours? That's a great question. And the short answer is I found myself in a loop where I was opening any and every app I had on repeat as if it was a cycle. And I felt this kind of anxious feeling on the inside where I felt like I couldn't stop, or if I did stop, I would just have to open something else. And I know myself, and I know when I get in those moods or those cycles that it's time for me to cut back and reset. Please hold while I cut my bacon open. And I honestly feel like there's kind of two reasons that I'm taking this 24-hour break. One is I really need to regain self-control. I feel like that is a really kind of what answer, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I recently moved. I don't know if I've been stressing over the move. Next steps, new opportunities, all these things that have been happening over the past 2 months that I'm definitely giving myself grace for, but I also don't like the version of myself that doesn't know how to exercise self-control in certain areas. I don't like the feeling of feeling like I'm a slave or attached to something and I can't walk away or quit when I want to. I started to feel that way about social media. I have always felt that way on and off, so I have often taken breaks of I'm not going to do it for 3 days, 7 days, then a month, then 3 months, then 4 months. I've taken long social media breaks, and I just feel like now is the time to take a break and reevaluate what is important to me, regain some vision and creativity for my channel and all of my creative endeavors. Now that I'm getting a little bit more settled into my place. Mind you, I moved on Friday, and today is Monday. Little bit more settled. I literally set up my apartment as much as I could over the weekend because I need to feel some kind of resemblance of being settled in a place. What was I talking about? Self-control. Yes, I feel like self-control is an important characteristic. For us Christians, it is a fruit of the Spirit. For those of you who are not Christian, it is a fruit of the Spirit. If you're not Christian, these are the fruits of the Spirit. And I feel like they're great characteristics for anyone and everyone to have, regardless of what religion you follow. I feel like it's a great moral code, if you will, to live by. So I want to regain self-control. What did Frank Ocean say? And then secondly, this has always been my gripe about social media, I'm not going to say the words, it's oversaturated, but there's so much access to information that we would not otherwise have access to. If you wanted to know what was going on, you had to kind of go out of your way to figure it out. And yes, I think it is important that social media is used as a platform to inform and also create and connect. But I'm just starting to feel like it's less about connection nowadays. I feel like everyone is wanting to do something more creative and they are stepping out and doing content. But the way the algorithm works. You watch one video of something and now your whole feed is flooded with it. And then I look up and my feed is inundated with politics. It's inundated with people who are being creators. I'm not going to say trying to be creators because they are creating content. It's inundated with things that I just no longer feel like serve me, or things that help me feel connected to myself or connected to others. And like, I don't think social media is like a bad thing at all. Anything we do in life, there's moderation, right? And I think this is just the start of me using social media with moderation. But like I said, the first 24 hours is always the hardest. But I think it's very important for this generation and every generation after us, that is Gen Z, Zillennials on, we need to get back to long form content. We need to switch the mediums that we are consuming, because short form content all day long, 9 hours on the phone, scrolling, next app. It is breaking our attention span, and it is really not helping us heal or grow as people. And I know some people are like, I don't want to heal, I don't want to grow. Okay, but that's just like, if you think about spending 9 hours on your phone, on and off, flipping between apps, consuming, it's not good for the cabeza. It's not good for the brain. And there have been several studies about this. I will actually link one below. But there's a guy who is comparing his life with a phone versus without a phone. And I think that's freaking interesting and freaking amazing. I've joked about getting a flip phone so many times, or switching to an Android, or getting a house phone, which I love the idea of a house phone. Just give the number out to whoever you want to have it, and when it rings, you know it's one of your favorite people calling you. And I love that. I think I like this little life. Sorry, y'all, got distracted. Yeah, I just don't think me consuming, or anyone consuming, social media apps all day long is healthy. I think that it is important for us to learn how to get comfortable sitting in silence. Recently, my brain has just been so freaking overloaded that wherever I go, I'm not listening to music. In fact, like my next run that I have scheduled, which I think it's like 5.5 miles, I'm not gonna listen to music. I watched a video of someone who gave the tip of, when you're running, just count to 8 over and over again, and it helps you with your breath control, it helps you with your cadence, and I noticed a difference. One of the runs I did, I was just counting numbers in my head, versus on my way back, I was listening to music and I felt thrown off, my pace was slower. So I feel like there's beauty in silence, and there's beauty to the simplicity of us living our lives and experiencing our lives and soaking in what's happening. By no means are we going to be perfect at it, but I feel like we can at least try. These next 24 hours, I will be connecting with myself again. I will be journaling. I feel like I also just need this as like you could call it like a hard reset, if you like, some type of reset, because I have not journaled in such a long time. I've not done yoga in such a long time. I woke up and did yoga this morning before work, and that was just a great and incredible feeling. But I think it's very important for us to find things that bring us joy, to be connected with the people we're around, and not have our phones out and, I don't know, creating barriers. I feel like our phones and our devices and certain things that are meant to connect us create barriers. And like, I'm okay sitting in silence. I'm okay being uncomfortable and experiencing awkwardness. Like, I don't know, we need to get comfortable with doing things that are uncomfortable sometimes. But I'm excited to get back to things that help me feel good physically. It is yoga, it is being active, it is hosting people and have them connect and play games and all these things. What does that have to do with stopping social media for 24 hours? This is the digital diary, y'all. Streams of consciousness that hopefully all together make a theme, because everything's connected. Nonetheless, I want to be intentional with the next 24 hours and really unlearn the habit of grabbing my phone when I feel anxious, or grabbing my phone when there's silence, or if I'm gonna be doing something, I want it to be on pen and paper. I want it to be outside. I want to feel good. And being on social media or being on my phone does not make me feel good. I'm in need of something different, and I feel like I've started a new chapter in my life, and now is like the best time for that. If I'm not mistaken, the number will be corrected on the screen, but it takes 27 days to form a habit, which is why whenever I've stepped away from social media in the past, the first 24 hours is the hardest, the first week is the hardest, then 2 weeks it's like, okay. And during these times, like, I have slipped up. Like, I delete the apps from my phone, but sometimes I'll log in on the browser and like it doesn't work as great. So I'm like, all right, this isn't fun anymore. So like slowly I learn how to like not be dependent on these things. But I feel like it's important for us to like retrain our attention spans and for us to feel more connected in the real world with people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this new season in life. I am also excited to feel more inspired and not drained and sad and stuck in my head. And I will link any and every study that I find about the connectedness between using like smartphones and the deterioration of our brains. If you're seeing this, you're seeing it for a reason. Take that break from social media. Go walk outside, go journal, go draw, go try something new, start a new hobby, rug tufting, crafting, whatever it is. Like, figure out what you love and enjoy doing and do it. And connect with those who are around you. I think sometimes we don't realize how divisive these devices can be, but they are. And it breaks my heart to think that like this one simple thing that's in my life to help me feel connected to people is making me less connected. And I don't want to do that anymore. Breakfast is served. Also, this Cocoa June yogurt is so delicious. It is coconut flavored. It's not the yogurt that I usually get, but it's my alternative one whenever my main one is out. And mind you, I've gone to like 4 different Publixes and it's not been there. So Cocoa June might be my next move. Well-balanced protein breakfast. Anywho, whenever you see this video, I hope you receive something from it. I hope you feel more connected to those you're around. And I hope the trend follows beyond 24 hours. But I think to kick off us finding the best versions of ourselves, we have to disconnect from what everyone else is doing and look more inwardly and just try new things and see what feels good for us, what actually feels good and what's not a dopamine hit, tricking our brain, making us addicted, and leaning into things that are really straying us further away from ourselves. If you liked anything about this video, if you want more videos, go ahead and subscribe, join the shake list, become a milkshake. I'm playing with the fandom. You guys are like fandom. All 1,080 of my followers. Thank you, my subscribers. Thank you. So become a milkshake, hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, share it with someone you know, try the challenge 24 hours. Hopefully it turns into a week, which turns into a month, which turns into a couple months, and then you are just thriving. Before you know it, you don't even have an interest in social media anymore. Who knows what this could turn into for you. But seriously, if you want cooking videos, please let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna do it regardless eventually. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, doodles! Good morning, milkshakes. What the hell was that?